What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Hideous Thoughts, and in today's video we're going over the letter from Pearl Abyss to the Black Desert console community. This letter was meant to come out last week. We were talking about it in a video we did last week, but due to some things it got pushed back to today, and here we are. So I haven't read this letter yet. I don't know what's on it. I wanted to read it with you guys for the first time so you guys can have my reaction to it. We can go over and talk about it a little bit as well, and yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. If you find this video entertaining, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And guys, we're making our way to 100 billion trillion subs, so hit that sub button. And also hit the bell button so you get notified when future videos go live. Alright guys, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so here we are. We're just going to click on this for the first time. Again, I haven't read this, so I don't know what's on it. But this is our letter to the Black Desert Adventurers. So it says, "Greeting console adventurers. This is G-Sok Yang. I hope I didn't butcher your name, buddy. I'm sorry. Head of the Black Desert Game Design Department. Since our last discussion during the first crossplay anniversary and the second anniversary for Xbox release, I'm sure many adventurers are anxious to hear console-specific news. The staff here at Pearl Abyss would like to take this opportunity to thank our console adventurers for the support you've shown all this long and wish to repay your patience with a console roadmap plan for September to December in 2021. Here is a short keyword introduction to get a better view of the upcoming update in each month." So, in September, we've got Lifeskill gear and Manos, guys. So, this is what I was saying. I thought Manos was going to be last update, but it's looking like it's going to be probably the next one, right? I thought it was going to be last one. It's probably going to be the next one. We're going to be getting Manos by the looks of things. So, that's really good. Something that people have been asking for, especially with the release of Guru boxes. October, Season Plus server. Vell. We're going to have World Boss Vell. Caphras level 10 getting dropped, and Node War Conquest update for Medaya and Valencia. So we're getting the new arenas for Node and Conquest War, guys. So that's really massive as well. But Caphras level 10 is really massive, especially seeing how we have Pen Blackstar and capped at Caphras level 5. So that's something that's really important. Vell is a huge update, guys. Being able to get Vell's Heart, massive update. And the Season Plus server. Now, we're going to go over that. I'm sure there's going to be some information about that. In November, we're looking at the mansions, Doom Horse, Khan Guild Boss, and enhanced world bosses. So it looks like we're going to get the, what do they call them? There's like the new world bosses. I can't remember the exact name of it. My brain's blank, but that's going to be really cool. Really, really good. Much harder world bosses with better rewards. And December, guys, we're looking at Odalita, La Ozeka, and Fallen God Armor. So these are some massive updates, guys. Massive content updates for console. So let's get right down to the details and talk about it. Okay, so we already know kind of like a little bit about all this stuff. So I'm sure many adventurers have been waiting for this one. Manos gear is finally coming to Black Desert console on the 29th of September. Manos gear is the best gear for life skills that will no doubt be of enormous help to all life skillers out there. So essentially, guys, what Manos does is like super expensive life skill gear. Like a try is worth about 5 billion silver, and it gives you the most mastery and XP like at a certain level. Really massive update for people who want to make big money doing life skills. Summer season and season plus. Okay, so on September 29th, the current summer season will also come to an end. To provide some context, when we first started discussing the date for season servers, we discussed in length about when the right timing would be. Since Season's Pen to Vala gears perform equally to Tet boss gears, it offered newer adventurers an opportunity to catch up quickly. However, our concern was that we didn't want current or veteran adventurers to feel neglected, given how much effort they've put into upgrading their character. At one point, we even considered only opening to Vala gear that can be enhanced up to Tet. Nonetheless, when we examined the data on the overall progression of levels of previous adventurers, we could clearly see that console scores were much higher than our initial expectations, especially when console adventurers generally have a shorter average gameplay time. It was a gratifying moment for us because it showed that console adventurers were truly enjoying the content that we worked on and were trying to get the most out of our game. Thank you again for the passion that you've shown us. Based on such data, we concluded that it would be more beneficial to Black Desert Console as a whole to release the season servers and provide help needed for new adventurers. With this in the background, we opened Console's very first season server on June 29th. All in all, we're generally happy with what we were able to achieve in the season servers. The season servers started out great as the numbers of new adventurers significantly increased. However, there were some parts that left more to be desired for. We noticed that there were a lot of opinions from adventurers regarding the difficulty of enhancing Tuvala gear, as well as the difficulty in graduating from season servers. Encouraged by what we were able to achieve through the season servers and learning what was lacking in the summer season, we decided to launch a new Season Plus servers scheduled for October 13th, shortly after introducing Manos gears on September 29th. One of the major changes in the Season Plus server is that the enhancement changes for Tuvala gear will be adjusted to make them easier to enhance. We've noticed that many adventurers found it difficult to enhance full pen Tuvala gear, so we've decided to adjust the enhancement chances to lower the hurdles. Additionally, the unnecessarily varied Medaya region's monster loot will also be reorganized, and main quest rewards will be upgraded to give more valuable rewards. Specifically, Bastion Base and Desert Nagas will also drop better loot after the Valencia main quest line, and we're also adding the new pet Lawrence Fluffy as a quest reward for Serendia main quest lines to help adventurers in the looting process. Another ambitious update that we've been preparing is the new system to help new adventurers to settle into the main server after graduating from seasons. Season Plus server is different from its predecessor in that you can graduate early after 2 weeks. After graduation, adventurers will also be provided with a growth pass that will give out tasks to help them adjust to the new climate in normal servers and learn more about the different branches of content in Black Desert Console. So this is an image that was taken during development. It is displayed in Korean. This content will be translated to supported languages before its release, but the contents may be subject to change. Just trying to take a look at it. I really have no idea what it is. Pen Tuvala gear have always been the epitome of season servers. Since these season gears will be carried onto the normal servers, we wanted to make sure that obtaining Pen Tuvala gears was rewarding in the end. With this in mind, we've implemented a new system where you can exchange the 7 parts of Pen Tuvala gear for Tet Boss gear. This Tet Boss gear will not be tradable on the central market, but this gear will offer a unique opportunity to be upgraded to Pen Boss gear later on through steadfast effort. Our main goal here was to provide a stepping stone for new adventurers to stand on as they enter the world of Black Desert and begin catching up on the progression. This system, where Pen Tuvala gears can be exchanged for Tet Boss gear, will be made available once per family, whether they are new adventurers or veterans. We hope that this system can help embrace new adventurers flocking to Black Desert Console during the seasons and also provide a form of benefit for current adventurers as well. Further details will be released leading up to the update. Okay, so overview of the new Tuvala gear exchange. So you've got your Tuvala gear there, basically once per family. You exchange all of, now instead of being able to exchange 2 pieces, one with the shells, and then as the season reward, you can now do all of it, right? So here you go. New means to enhance to pen. New means to enhance to pen. Does that mean that they're changing normal adventurer Tet Boss gear? Does that mean that they're changing the enhancement method to allow people to get pen gears more easily? Not tradable on the market. New means to enhance to pen. Let me know if you guys think the same. Let me know. That's what it sounds like, but I'm not sure. Vell, the heart of the ocean. Guys, this is massive. The next news is regarding an update about New World boss Vell, the heart of the ocean. Vell is a colossal behemoth. With its sheer size is as large as Heidel itself. It is naturally a symbolic monster in the world of Black Desert and can be encountered in Vell's realm at the center of the Great Ocean. Using ships and the cannons on it, adventurers must be prepared to throw everything they have in order to defeat this majestic beast. Defeating Vell will grant you a chance at obtaining Vell's Heart, a highly valuable item in the Black Desert world. Vell's Heart is a unique alchemy stone that grants the wearer AP plus 3 stats along with other useful benefits. So here you go, guys. This is Vell's Heart right here. For AP builds, guys, this is probably the most common stone that you'll see a lot of people using. We've been meaning to bring Vell to console, but one of the major obstacles in the update came from optimization issues, particularly because of the creature's gargantuan size. To be frank, we haven't quite ironed out all of the issues even until now, and we need more time to review how this magnificent creature can be implemented in a more presentable way. Regardless of the upholds on development, we want to convey our deeper sympathy to adventurers who feel disappointed when it comes to world bosses not being fully available. Guys, for anyone who's wondering, we still don't have Garmoth world boss, which should have been out a long time ago. We've been reviewing what we can do with the resources we have, and we've decided open up Vell first as guild raids, as we did with Garmoth. We take full responsibility knowing that this is not an ideal answer to the questions that we have been recently asked. This might come especially hard on adventurers who don't belong to any guild, but we still wanted to offer at least some means for adventurers to see and enjoy Vell. We won't be able to arrange an environment that can support adventurers from all over the world in the Conquest against Vell yet, but we promise to keep up our efforts for optimization, and in doing so bring Garmoth and Vell into the world of Black Desert console as world bosses. Guild raids against Vell are planned to update in October. Caphras Stone update. So next news is Caphras update. We've been especially careful in Caphras levels because it could widen the gap between veteran and new adventurers. Original plans were to expand Caphras levels up to 20 by March of next year, but we've decided that a more discreet approach was necessary, and it's been decided that updates will be brought in incrementally over time. By October, Caphras levels will be first expanded to 10, and a further announcement will be made depending on how we, developers and adventurers on the Black Desert console community, reflect upon these updates. By carefully gauging how each update impacts the Black Desert console community, we will be able to better adjust the setbacks that might come from the updates. In addition, adventurers will be given a special opportunity to obtain some unique gears when enhancing armor, boss gear armor, to Caphras level 10. More details on how this system will be explained later in Odalita update section. Okay, so it looks like they're also adding in here the Sycrakea, which is the next level of the dungeon, guys. Next level of Atoraxxion. So the next content update pertains to Atoraxxion Sycrakea. Sycrakea is the next level of cooperative dungeon after Valmakia with a deep underwater theme. The difficulty will have increased, but it will entail new challenges and more interesting adventures to experience. It is scheduled to be released during October, and here's a short gameplay clip of the dungeon, first released to console adventurers only. So console's getting this first, guys. Let's take a look at this, and we'll see what it's like. Alrighty, so a little bit of a teaser there. Didn't really get to see too much, just some killing of monsters and stuff, but it looks interesting. I'm not going to go into too much detail on Atoraxxion. I want to release a video this week regarding my thoughts of Atoraxxion after doing it once or twice. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about them dropping the next one. Node Conquest Wars. So the latest news is about Node Wars, Conquest Wars in Medaya and Valencia. These updates will not only allow Node Wars, Conquest Wars to happen in Medaya and Valencia, but it will also grant much more handsome rewards at the end of the battles. The winning guild will be able to claim a prize of 3 billion silver as their victory, while counterparts will be given less. Silver will be given enough to encourage them for another round of battles for next time. We'll announce more details through the GM notes when this update is around the corner. We're talking about Node Conquest Wars. We cannot leave out the discussion regarding optimization. A lot of adventurers had given opinions on adjusting the graphic options. However, the current optimization problems lie in the CPUs, not the GPUs of consoles. We are focusing our efforts on this issue and looking at ways to improve it. In particular, when a large number of adventurers gather in an area, each individual customization and costume that is present has a significant impact on gameplay. In this regard, we would like to limit the customization of characters in Node Conquest Wars. To explain in a little bit more detail, all guild members that participate in Node Conquest Wars will have a guild outfit. This outfit has a cloak where the color of the cloak will help you distinguish between friend and foe. These colors are automatically assigned depending on the number of participating guilds. So there you go. I actually kind of like it, guys. So depending on your guild, your entire guild is going to be given a specific color. Red, blue, green, and this kind of like whitish color. I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I know there's going to be some people out there who are really salty because they're not going to get to wear their like normal skins and stuff. And then you've got the other people that... I'm wondering how this is going to affect people who wear ghillie suits. If this changes the people who wear ghillie suits, there's going to be some really upset people about that. This decision was made in an effort to optimize Node and Conquest Wars, but we are aware that it may feel like it's being forced upon adventurers. We thought about it for a long time and tried to figure out a better way, but the longer we thought, the longer our adventurers had to experience poorly run Node Conquest Wars. We realized that we had to do something while at the same time continue to find better ways to improve the Node and Conquest Wars. Our initial plan was to unify the outfits with the same appearance. However, when considering the concept of Node Wars and Conquest Wars, we wanted adventurers to be able to clearly distinguish the opponents as well as maintain the sense of belonging to a guild. We understand that some may be disappointed in not being able to retain your unique appearances customizations. However, we ask for your understanding as it was a decision made considering the smoother running of Node and Conquest Wars. However, we will not stop here and we will continue to find a better method than this. If we can find a way for our adventurers to enjoy this content, we will update it as quickly as possible. We will also work on a way to have the guild outfits a choice. Now we've got the enhanced world bosses. Nightmare, guys. Nightmare world bosses is the word that I was looking for. I just couldn't think of it earlier. In November, adventurers will be able to meet more dangerous and powerful variants of the world bosses that inhabit Black Desert console. The world bosses of Black Desert, Zarkanuva, Karanda, and Kudum will sometimes appear as a more powerful variant of themselves. During the early days of Black Desert, world bosses were quite powerful. However, as adventurers have grown significantly stronger, the world bosses do not command the same gravitas as they once did. To restore them to their former glory, these world bosses will sometimes appear in their more dangerous forms. The reason why I say sometimes is because it can be quite surprising for adventurers if the world boss was suddenly more powerful permanently. They don't appear too often, but you'll have to be careful the next time you challenge a world boss. As these more powerful versions of world bosses are far more dangerous than their counterparts, the rewards for defeating these monsters are greater as well. Please note that these newer versions of world bosses will be released one at a time, every 2 weeks, starting with Nightmarish Zarka in November, followed by Bloodstorm Nuva, Stormbringer Karanda, and Thundercloud Kudum. So there you go. That's all the 4 there. Now, we've got Doom Horse as well, guys. This is something that people have been waiting a long time for. Doom, the last of the 3 Dream Horses, will also be launching on Black Desert console. Unlike Ardenat and Dine, who have a fantastical light that surrounds them, Doom's blazing flames leave burnt hoof marks wherever Doom goes. Doom's unique skill, Dark Sprint, allows you to run faster than any other horse using 3 stages of instant acceleration. In addition, you can also take command of another unique skill, Dark Flame Steps, which creates fires that can incinerate your foes. Doom will arrive to Black Desert console in November. So there you go, guys. It's the last of the Dream Horses, Doom, and that's a really good addition, and it's something that we've needed for a long time. Well, not needed, but something we've been asking for a long time. Now we've got the Khan Guild Boss, guys. Next is the Guild Boss Khan. Khan can be summoned in an area near Aquila's Eye and must be defeated through a concerted effort from your guild. So this is the drops that you can get for Khan. Now, these alchemy stones are not the best alchemy stones in the game. However, like the Lifeskill one here, which increases your mastery, this is probably the best one out of the three of them. The other ones, there's better alchemy stones in the game. However, for people who do life skills and want that extra mastery, for example, this is a very highly sought after alchemy stone. Now, Khan is a guild boss that will require the use of special cannons in order to deal damage to the monster. However, Khan will bring about allies, so your guild members will need to take care of them as well. Defeating these monsters will not only allow you to focus on Khan, but you will be able to collect black crystal cannons, which are cannonballs that can be loaded into the new Monster Bane cannons. Defeating Khan will earn you a chance to obtain unique Khan's Heart alchemy stones. The guild boss Khan will launch on Black Desert Console in November. And we've got the mansions added, guys. Finally for November, the Blue Mane Lions Manor content, otherwise known as mansions, will launch on Black Desert Console. Mansions, which are an extension to the current residence system, are a large structure that can be decorated both inside and outside of the building. I hope that the mansion content will be received well by adventurers who enjoy housing content. I also hope that this content serves as an opportunity to those adventurers who have yet to experience housing content. So this mansion is actually already in the game. You can actually see it near Heidel. You can't go inside it, obviously, but you can go and have a look at it if you guys haven't checked that out already. I'm hoping that when they released this on PC, there was a lot of issues. It wasn't well received by the PC community, and I'm hoping that those issues have been fixed and they haven't made the same mistakes when they're bringing it to console. I hope that they've taken the feedback from PC, changed things around, and implemented these changes before they bring it to console. Odalita, guys. Okay, so this is something that a lot of people have been asking for and screaming for, but there was a reason why we hadn't got it yet, and that was because Pearl Abyss were basically worried that the skill level for majority of adventurers wasn't high enough for this content, right? In December, the new Odalita will be made available for Black Desert Console. Odalita is located east of Camasylvia and south of Dragon. Here, along with the story of the Arhibs that were expelled from Camasylvia, the story of the immortal alchemist Caphras will unfold. You will be able to meet denizens of Odalita, such as the fallen Arhib who wander through the mist of Thornwood Forest, the Turos who follow the will of the earth god Tanta, and the golems that inhabit Olin's Valley. Be forewarned, as Crypt of Resting Thoughts is inhabited by the strongest monsters in all of Odalita. New items will come along with the launch of Odalita. Accuracy specific accessories such as the Ominous Ring and Turos Belt will be added. Perhaps the most important items that will be added is the most powerful armor that I mentioned yet, Fallen God Armor. Will make its way to Black Desert Console alongside Odalita. You will have the opportunity to obtain a new treasure in the form of a costume called La Ozeka. Now, guys, the reason why that's important is because they said that they were bringing in Caphras level 10. Now, to get Fallen God's armor, you do need to have an armor, either a Dimtree armor or a Red Nose armor that's Caphras level 10. So that's why that's really important, those two there to coming out at the same time. If you guys haven't watched the video I made, which is better between Red Nose and Dimtree armor, I highly suggest you go and check that out. I'll link that in the top for you right now. Odalita is scheduled for December 21, so please look forward to it. So we've got the Turos Belt here, we've got the Ominous Ring, and then the Fallen God Armor, guys. So the stats for the Fallen God Armor are ridiculous, but it is incredibly difficult to achieve and to enhance, okay? And that's kind of like, there you go, La Ozeka. I really like that. It looks pretty cool. Odalita in December marks the end of the roadmap. Please do keep in mind that this roadmap contains major content. Other updates, both large and small, will continue to be added to Black Desert Console during this time. Quality of life updates, guys. So this is something else. We've got class reboots here. Next, okay, we're going to get onto that. Because that's really important. That's what I've been waiting for. Okay, there is also something that I want to tell our console adventurers. Currently on Black Desert Online, there are a variety of updates that are being made in order to increase the quality of life to our adventurers, as well as decrease the barriers of entry to play. However, since the release the release content was mainly on Black Desert Online. That's the PC version. I know that our console adventurers must feel sad and left out. For that, I apologize. I should have separated information that was specific to either platform and distributed information to our console adventurers in parallel to Black Desert Online adventurers. However, the direction change in development is not just for Black Desert Online. The direction for development was in regards to Black Desert as an IP, including console. And meaningful updates that result from this process are being applied to console as soon as possible. We will continue in our endeavors to satisfy our console adventurers. In the case of console-specific UI and or systems, we're going to continue to collect your opinions and we'll try to patch them into the game faster than we are currently operating. At the moment, we are working on adding a few different UI systems. Currently, we're working on things such as custom guild emblems, gathering improvements specific to console, the dual function, kill notification improvements, camera zoom settings being saved. That's a big one. Customizable health bars, switching between family and character names in chat, red battlefield view score only settings, improving the pathfinding function in the ocean, more UI editing capabilities like skill cooldowns, adding in color blindness options, and more. In addition to all of this, we are currently reviewing the pain points of our console adventurers. We will improve the process in how we let our adventurers know our progress via developer notes such as this one, update news, as well as update streams held by CM Scherner and CM Trent. Okay, so we got the class reboots coming up next. Now, we're not gonna watch these videos because I've already dropped videos previewing the class reboot, like leaks sort of thing, you know. So you guys can go ahead and watch those ones if you haven't already. But we'll just quickly have a look at this. So it says, I'm sure there are many of you who are dying to find out how the class reboots will happen on console. This is indeed a priority in our development list, and we are currently sharing our efforts on the class reboot through the Black Desert Console Labs. The reboot process is moving forward in a way where adventurers let us know how they feel about the class changes. That being said, we are actively gathering feedback from adventurers from both console and PC. Every adventurer's opinion is important to us, so whenever you feel that there is a certain need for a class, don't hesitate to reach out to us, even if something has already been announced on the Black Desert Global Labs. We promise to make sure that the adventurer's voice is accounted for when it comes to making decisions in class reboots. Things that can be applied quickly will be updated without waiting for the reboot. Along with the class reboots, how one mechanically controls a class on console is an important part of the overall gameplay experience, so this has been at the top of our list as well. Much like the class reboots described above, console controls are following a similar process on Black Desert Global Labs, and they will be released alongside class reboots for you to review. We understand that this may be difficult for our console adventurers to access Black Desert Global Labs on PC, so we're also considering ways to demonstrate the class changes for console adventurers on Global Labs through our official streams and other communication channels. Once they're open for testing in Black Desert Global Labs and streams have been released for demonstration, please let us know what you think about the changes so that we may reflect your opinions on the final stages of testing. As mentioned earlier, changes can be applied immediately with the update without waiting for the entire class reboot. However, it's unclear at this point when we can release the class reboots for Black Desert Console and PC. Regardless, we do promise that once the class reboots are finished, they will be released simultaneously on both platforms. So we're going to be getting them both at the same time, PC and console. That's what's important. Okay, guys, so we're not going to watch those videos. We're going to skip through here. And this will be to the end of the letter, and probably one of the most important things: next-gen support and optimization. Lastly, with the advent of new consoles, many adventurers have been asking for exclusive Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5 versions of the game. To be frank, we weren't entirely ready to undertake such a project in terms of the preparations and the priority we initially had in mind. As we've mentioned last time, our focus has always been on providing a more stable environment for Xbox and PlayStation 4, perfecting the optimization on these consoles first. However, given how much our adventurers have been asking for a next-gen update, we are happy to announce that we will be proceeding with the development of Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5 versions here on out. Please note that this endeavor will take some time before we can roll out these versions. While we regret that you may have to wait some time for this, we will do everything in our power to make the most of the time given to us to produce the much anticipated results. Once these developmental work is finished, they will be released to our current console adventurers free of charge. Rest assured that we will not cease Xbox and PlayStation 4 optimization efforts as we develop the next-gen versions of Black Desert console. As explained earlier regarding the Node War outfits, we will continue to do our best to study new methods in development and do our best to ensure a better gameplay experience. Yeah, I think that's important, guys, because look, having a specific client or specific version for next-gen consoles, yes, it's important. But at the end of the day, majority of the player base is still on old-gen consoles, including myself, right? Still on PlayStation 4, still on Xbox One, or whatever the Xbox equivalent is. So it's important that next-gen gets their update, but it's also important that old-gen consoles are not forgotten, because that's like majority of their player base, okay? Because of the issues surrounding not being able to get a PlayStation 5 at the moment. I definitely feel like console specific optimizations and more regular performance updates need to be had for console. I feel like there's not enough performance updates. Okay, so we get an update every couple of weeks, right? For example, but like never in any of the patch notes, we never see like something that says, server maintenance has been done, or optimization has been done, or something like that. Like, I don't know if they're doing it in the background and they're just not telling us, but it'd be really cool to see in the patch notes like that they're actually like they've done something for the servers to help make the servers better, make the servers run better, because we don't see any of that. And then every time we ask, we get told, well, we can't tell you this information, or they don't have any, like, certain people don't know the answer to the question or something like that. So I really feel like it's important, just a little bit more communication with what's happening with performance of the game. And I really feel like it needs to be in the patch notes. Like, if they're doing stuff in the background, making changes, fixing bugs, fixing glitches, cleaning up the servers a little bit, trying to like declutter the servers so that they're not crashing every time we go to Vell storage in the game and makes our game crash. If they're trying to make these improvements, we need to know about it. It needs to be in the patch notes. We need to be told. So, definitely something that wasn't really mentioned in here was communication on specific things, and that's really important, guys. So, let me know what you guys think about each of these topics. Some massive changes, massive content changes, but the most important one is definitely the optimization, and I'd like to see more of a priority on optimization and more of a priority on communicating that optimization and performance maintenances are being done. That's what I'd like to see. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these things, and I'll see you in the next one.